Welcome back, everyone, for another night of Halloween Horror Nights. Today, we are doing something very special that we have not done on the channel in the past, and that is testing the Express after 11 p.m. As you guys know, we test Express every single year. However, Universal does offer an Express after 11, and we thought, what a great time to try it again on a Saturday night. So we are here right now. It is about 10:45, just about 15 minutes from that window opening. I know a lot of you guys ask about that. We want to get that question answered for you. Is it worth it to buy that 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Express Pass? That's what we're testing today. So we're gonna go for these next 3 hours, see how many houses we can get done, test everything, see what the time frame looks like. Pretty similar to our other Express Pass video, if you guys have seen that one. It's gonna operate very similar to that, but we're just gonna see, can we get all 10 houses done in this last 3 hours or not? Hopefully so, but either way, let's test it out today. If you guys don't mind, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are aiming for 10,000 subscribers by the end of HHN season. We're getting kind of close. I think we're about 1,050 away or so. I don't know, we're very, very close. But either way, let's go get this started, and hopefully we can get you guys that answer on whether you guys believe that HHN Express after 11 p.m. is worth it or not. Also, I should point out, again, the sign is green. It is no longer blue, which is a little weird, but I guess we wanted to swap it up. Maybe they felt it would blend in a little bit better with the scenery here. Okay, it just struck 11 up there. It is time to get this started. First up will be El Artista, a 45-minute wait. So you don't think we're gonna be able to get all 10 houses done? Why do you think so? Because I'm like, yeah, we can get it done. Like, I've seen how quick we can do houses, but this year might be different.
I think the way the hub is set up with all the extra walking you're doing this year is going to add more time. So I think we can get a lot of houses done, but we spend a lot of time walking around, so I don't think we can hit all 10 because of that reason.
All right, not too bad. We did pretty good on this one. I think we're right around 12 minutes. We just finished. I'm gonna show you guys our timer, but we are now heading back to the hub. Again, this hub situation is rough. Oh man, we're already stopped. Uh-oh. By the way, we waited about 9.5 minutes on that one, so not too bad. We have 45 for Grave, 80 for Terrifier right here. We are gonna start with Grave of Flesh here, trying to see if maybe Terrifier goes down a little bit in the next kind of 20 minutes or so, however long it takes us to do Express, and then kind of finish the house. All right, we are stopped, starting. I know we didn't do this last time, we were kind of like moving, but we did get that one situated. This one looks like it's gonna be a little bit longer than the last time we did Grave. Now, as Nicole did state, I am nervous about getting all 10 houses done, but the way I would utilize the Express after 11 would be to do the back houses first, and then try and do Express for this hub situation in El Artista, because these ones tend to hold a wait most of the night, where later I've seen Hatchet, Dolls, all those tend to drop a little bit. Jason also will kind of keep a pretty long wait. I think right now it's 120 minutes still. So those are kind of the big houses that you want to hit, is basically Jason and the hub, El Artista. So if you could do the 4 tent houses early on and then save this for later, it might be kind of a better way to do it. So we're kind of trying to utilize and hit the bigger houses right now, and then we'll start to kind of like wrap around and hit the tent houses later, because I feel like those are less important to hit based on the strategy that we're using tonight. We just scanned at about 3:45, and the merge point is actually really close on Grave of Flesh. It's like right around the corner, so this is actually gonna be decently short. Also, pretty nice, Terrifier just did a cast change, so we'll do that one after this, so we'll have a pretty fresh cast. Kind of a weak run on that one, right?
Yeah.
A lot of missing blue holes.
It's already not our favorite, so then to have a weak run, it's like, ooh.
I know. And it's like, I don't want to say to not use Express on this if you have to cut something, because a lot of people love Grave of Flesh, but let's take a look at that time. Took us just over 5 minutes, not too bad. Terrifier has not dropped. It is still 80 minutes. That's all right. We got a fresh cast in here. I think we're gonna have a really good run. They stopped selling the ponchos over here, which is a little bizarre, so maybe you don't get as wet as you think that you do. Either way, 80 minutes, like I said. Let's go see what this looks like. This one does tend to keep a long line most of the night. Okay, we're just about to stop here at the end of our straightaway, and timer started. What is our time right now? So 11:35, so we've gotten about, what, 2 houses done? About 30 minutes, so gosh, she might be right. I don't know. Well, the other 10 houses are a little bit better, especially the other hub.
Yeah.
I'm nervous for Jason. Jason's always gonna have a little bit longer, that Fast and Furious queue, so that's probably gonna be a 20-minute at least.
I think we
I don't know.
can get through a good chunk, but I don't think we can get through time. But I'd like to be proved wrong.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Well, again, not too bad. I think we're at about 10 minutes here on a posted 80. We'll see when we end up getting out, or I guess when we stop it here up front. Also, Ice 9 Kills was here yesterday with Dayseeker, and obviously, if you guys have seen the clips, Art was like jamming. It was actually pretty cool. Either way, let's go ahead and get this house done. All right, that one was like right at 10 minutes, 11:52. Again, that house is so long.
And stinky.
It is so stinky. It's getting stinkier and stinkier as the event goes on. Could you imagine by October, the end of October,
We need like a nose plug.
the house is gonna reek because it just keeps pumping them in. Oh my gosh. All right, we are heading back to Five Nights and Wyatt 6 back here at the other end of the hub. And next up is Five Nights 65. Here we go. You know what? 65 for Five Nights might be the lowest I think we see it.
Since probably opening night.
Well, I was gonna say like the lowest we'll see it like just in general tonight, but yeah, I guess it has been the lowest since opening night, because I feel like it has been like 100 plus every single time. So 65 is not bad. All right, we just stopped here. Timer started. Here we go. We just finished up inside of Five Nights. I just want to show you some of the wait times here to take a look. Let's take a look at what we waited. Just over 9 minutes, not too bad. Also there are some of the last ones there. Oh, you know what? Those are all rides. So I've started to try and formulate a plan, which we will have a video on, kind of like the most optimized route. But I would say, if you guys want to really optimize a route and you guys are coming here before we have that video released, I would say you start with Hub A. You get into the park, you come into A, you do one of these 2 houses, either WWE or Five Nights. Then it's going to let you out closer to Hub B. Then you do both the houses in Hub B. Then you're gonna come back over and finish the last house in Hub A that you didn't do. And that's how you would do all 4 of the hub houses, if you wanna optimize for the least amount of like steps. Because we finished Five Nights and it lets out by Hub A, and then we had to come all the way back over here to B, and there's not a really, or I guess no, we let out by B, sorry, and we had to come all the way back over to A, and there's not an easy or fast way to do it. So you spend a lot of time doing that loop. So that's what I would say for the optimization for those 4 houses. However, we are at 20 minutes here for the Wyatt 6. This should be pretty short. Also, when is that Foxy gonna work?
It was kind of working today, right?
So they always have the lights go on it, but it doesn't move. It's supposed to slide. There's a Foxy in there that doesn't work. And the thing is, because I've seen Hollywood's walkthrough, I know how some of these things should work now at this point.
And you're seeing the difference.
And I'm seeing the difference. And I'm like, these things should work.
Don't think we need so many Foxy kid scare actors. Like, put one of them in the animatronic.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a number of like people actors instead of just the animatronics in there. But yeah, I'm hopeful that they eventually get some of those filled. But yeah, look at this queue. I mean, this is going to be dang near nothing, so that'll be nice. All right, we are stopped. Timer set. This one's a pretty good merge point. You don't have too much to do. Well, we missed a few. Timing was off a little bit on our run, but 4 minutes, 30 seconds, so not too bad. What time is it right now?
It is 12:31.
12:31. All right, so by 12:30, 5 houses. So we have an hour and a half to do the back, and Jason, we might be able to get all 10. We've saved some time. We'll have to see. It's the walking back here that's gonna make a difference. Alrighty, next up, Jason. It has dropped down to 60 minutes, which is a huge plus. So hopefully we can get this one done in some good time. I think last time was like 25 minutes or so. The other day we were here, it said 60 and all of these switchbacks were there, and I guarantee it was probably almost 2 hours, if not more. But looks like it might be a little bit more accurate. Ooh, Express looks to be pretty empty right now too. So we might have a really good quick one here. All right, it's gonna depend on this corner here. How far do we get? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a huge one. Huge time save. Look at this. We're gonna get this turn. We're gonna get up to like the merge point. It's not even here either. Yeah, look at this spot. This is a great spot. We are going to save a good amount of time here. Let's get that timer started now. Even better right now too. We are not going over here. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a huge time saver, guys. Look at that wait time, guys. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. However, we were just talking, not our best run. Not our best run.
But I wonder if it was like the start of a cast change, like a lot of missing boo holes.
It could have been, yeah. It definitely felt like there was some empty ones there, which is something you have to keep in mind later in the night. I feel like sometimes it's hit or miss. But yeah, we kind of missed a few scares. We got stuck for like 2-3 minutes, just like standing in place. I don't know what happened there. Either way, back to the 10 houses. Fallout at 20, Galkn at 10. This is gonna be nice. We are going to start with Galkn here, which is a 10-minute wait. That's low even without Express. By the way, this would not even be, I feel like, a 10-minute wait. It's all the way up there. It's just the little like entry path to go in. All right, we are stopped. Timer is started. This is gonna be short. We're already like moving here. I think we're gonna be pretty dang quick here. I'm gonna say 1.5 minutes is gonna be my guess by the time we just make the walk up. We are heading over to Fallout, but we finished 1 minute 22. Not bad. I don't think we've waited over 10 for anything tonight, right?
No, it's been
I'm not mistaken.
nice, actually.
So definitely shorter waits. I will say tonight is feeling pretty empty overall. I feel like there's a lot of people that maybe called in or something, but it does feel like we are missing a lot of scares tonight compared to where we have seen things over the past few weeks, or I guess last weekend, really. But either way, we have Fallout 15. Here we go. Okay, Nicole said that there was one house that was 10 minutes and 2 seconds, so like right at 10 minutes, but nothing over that. Where our regular Express day, I think we had 2 houses over 20 minutes, a 15-minute-er, I think a 10-minute-er, so a few decent runs here with the Express wait, which is really, really nice. Oh wow, look, Galkn actually got a line over there now. There's some switchbacks being used. Fallout isn't too bad. It looks like they have just like one path here. Timer is started. Let's see how long it goes. Also, you can see all of the water. It rained like crazy today. Fallout done. 1 minute and 2, and it is 1:17. So we need Dolls and Hatchet. I think we're gonna finish it. I think I became, you know, Team Nicole on we're not gonna be able to get it done tonight.
I feel like I gotta stay strong with my beliefs just so we have like opposing views. Even though you might be right, I can't change my mind.
Yeah, we got about 43 minutes here, but we do have some walking to do, so that, you know, gotta keep that in mind. Also, that was a pretty decent run of Fallout. It felt pretty full.
Staffed.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I think there's a few more boo holes that need to be filled overall, or at least it looks like they should be, but yeah, I think we did really good, right?
I think so. I think it was much better than the past few times we've had.
Yeah, I'd say Galkn felt a little weak though tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I don't know if it's just like maybe like the last cast change coming up, if it's just like people are tired at 1:15 in the morning, or
they're not slamming it. Yeah, I don't know, but all right, we're making our trek back out. Dolls is just kind of around the corner, and then Hatchet will be kind of the last one there. And Dolls, 15 minutes. We are heading over here again. Short wait times, but again, Express being basically 1 minute to 2 minutes for these helps out more than you know. All right, we are walking. We pretty much didn't stop. We did start the timer, but we technically haven't stopped yet, so we'll see what happens here. But this is again gonna be under a minute. All right, Dolls was 1:25 there. Our last house will be here at Hatchet and Chains, guys. What time is it right now?
It's 1:30 on the dot.
1:30 on the dot. That is awesome. All right, last house, Hatchet and Chains, posted 5 minutes. Well, there's dang near no line for standby or express, so we'll still time it just to show you how long it takes us to go from the bottom of the ramp basically to the front, but again, this is a walk-on, guys. And we'll go ahead and start the timer. Again, we're 20 to 30 people back at this point. Alrighty, 52 seconds. Again, that was as long as it took to literally walk up to the front of the house. Wow, guys, we did it. What time is it right now?
It is 1:43. There's even time for a snack.
You could run through one of these standbys, to be honest. I mean, that was a walk-on right there. You could probably run Hatchet and Chains 3 more times. And we're back out front. Park is closed now at this point. We're inside, kind of making our way to the front, but there you go. That is the final time frame. How do you guys feel like that Express after 11 pays out? Do you feel like it is worth it at the end of the day? I mean, we got all 10 houses done in 2 hours and 45 minutes on a Saturday. That feels pretty good to me. I understand that things can always change, but we've tested now Express for a regular night. We've now tested Express after 11. And if you guys are okay doing the 11 p.m. and beyond and saving some money, I think it might be a really good option. One thing you have to keep in mind, it did feel like some of the scare actors were getting tired. Obviously, when it's 1 a.m., you expect it. They've been out there for 8-9 hours or however long. So I feel like they start anywhere around like 5:15 to 6 o'clock, and they're out here till like 2 a.m. So it's a really long day, so it makes sense that they're starting to get a little tired. So that is something you have to keep in mind. The emptiness, I don't know if like scare actors start to go home at certain times either. From the knowledge that I do have, once you have like a shift in place, like you work the whole day, like, you know, you're working, you know, every 45 minutes or so, swapping in and out. So I would imagine that if you're here for the whole day. So I don't know if there was a lot of call-offs or something today, but you could definitely feel a little bit of emptiness in some of the houses. Some of them not too bad, but I did notice that today felt pretty empty compared to last weekend. But I was also noticing that the intensity was also down a little bit. Obviously, around that 8-9 p.m. time frame, you're gonna have some really heavy hitting runs because they're still full of juice, right? The energy's high. It's still early in the night, which is the reason why that I feel like normal Express might be better because you might have better runs in the houses. But again, like we could have ran multiple houses tonight if we wanted to start earlier. Run regular, no Express for a little while. Even at the end of the night, we could have ran probably 1 or 2 more houses. We could have ran over to like Terrifier and probably got in line, or 5 nights or something at the end of the night, even like running it a second time then. So I don't know. I think it's a really good option, to be honest. If you want to like spend a little less money, you're okay staying till 2 a.m. and kind of like potentially having a little bit of a weaker run. I think it's a great option. But again, that's up to you guys to decide. We're just here to give you guys the information. And this is the first time we've done it. So hopefully you guys were happy with the results and kind of the style of the video. It's very similar, obviously, to our normal Express video. But again, a lot of people ask about the 11 p.m. option. And I'm like, well, we haven't tested it, but it's easy enough to do that for you guys. And here you go. So we tested it nice and early, and now you guys can make that decision for yourself. Either way, that is it. We got to get home, go to bed. I am tired. It has been an exhausting night, even for the only 3 hours that we have been here. But I'm kind of excited to see how the entire event develops, because I was noticing, and I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but some scares were like missing, or I should say like props were missing tonight, and things were kind of shifted around. So they're already making changes in the houses. So I'm excited to see what happens by the time we get to October. Either way, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here at Universal Studios for another night of Halloween Horror Nights. And thank you guys so much for being here.